Good morning, third grade. I'm so glad to see you here. Our goal today is to tell a personal narrative, a story, a true story about yourself. Okay? Your goal is to tell me a story that is a happy story, something that you did that made you happy. It could be having many other characters, just yourself, something that you did that you're really proud of yourself. Maybe you went for a bike ride, maybe you went for a hike, maybe you got a puppy, maybe you made cookies with your mom. There's so many happy memories out there. I want you to think of one before you leave this Class Connect session. I want you to think of a happy memory. Okay, I'm going to tell you my story and then we're going to plan it. And I want you to watch this so you can know how to plan it. That's all your goal is today, is to plan and tell me a story. Now, learning coaches, this is a really great opportunity for you to simply listen to the story, because then you can help your student plan it out. All right, so here's my story. Many years ago, I was a family camp counselor, and what that means is that I would lead families through many different things, off of high ropes courses, through many different problems that they had to conquer together as a family. But this one particular day, I took them up something called a 14er. That's a mountain that is more than 14,000 feet high. And what I did was I took just this one family and my other counselor friend, and he took part of the group and I took the other part. And my part of the group had a student, and he was very, very, very frustrated because he just couldn't get his air, and he wasn't used to the altitude, and it was just really hard for him. And I kept saying, "Oh, you can do it, you can do it." And he said, "Oh, Mrs. Glumac, I can't do it. Oh, I really can't." And I said, "No, you can. I know you can. I know it." And we continued on for a couple more hours, and he was still tired and he was still frustrated, and I kept encouraging him, "You can do it, you can do it." But then he saw the top of the mountain. And when he saw the top of the mountain, I bet you can guess what he did. Maybe you can't. He ran all the way to the top. He didn't walk, he ran. And when we got to the top, he said, "Miss Glumac, I did it, I did it. I climbed to the top of the mountain." I said, "I am so proud of you. I can't even tell you how proud I am of you." And so he sat there and we rested for a little while with his family, and we walked down, and he was just so happy the whole way. Even though he was exhausted, he was just very, very happy. Okay, now that's a personal story of mine, something that made me happy. And the two main characters are myself and that student. Now, I can't remember his name, so I'm just going to call him the student. That's a label, okay? And we practiced some of those in our stories beforehand, in our plan in the Class Connect session. So what you're going to need is a pencil. You don't need an eraser, so don't worry about that. If we erase, it's only to make the picture a teeny bit better. We never, ever, 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 ever erase a word, because I want you to remember that you wrote that word, so you don't write it again and you don't waste your time. Okay? Even when we're writing our story next week, we don't use erasers, not until the final copy. Okay, so now I have my notebook paper, just a regular notebook, pen, pencil, easy. Okay, if you don't have that, go get it now. That way you're ready to write and kind of follow my lead, okay? So on my regular notebook paper, I'm going to actually turn it this way. Okay, do that first. And actually I'm going to put the holes at the top this time, so sorry about that. Put the holes at the top, and like we did in the Class Connect session, it's going to be a beginning, a middle, and an end, okay? So I'm going to do that right now. B for beginning, M for middle, and the E for the end. You got it. You guys are rock stars. Okay. And so I am erasing right now. I bet you're wondering what I'm erasing. I made an extra squiggly mark. You can't tell right now. You can kind of tell. You can see the little bit of the eraser. But I made an extra squiggly mark, and I decided, you know what, I don't need that. But what I do need is just a line separating each. Just like that. A line separating each. And once you've done that, okay, I want you to pause right now, do that, and then hit play again, okay? All right, okay, so right now you should have B-M-E on your paper. That's what you should have. Okay, and then now in the beginning of my story, Who's there? Oh yeah, that's right, me. Me. So I kind of have like little bits of curls in my hair, and my hair is kind of brown, but I'm not going to even worry about the colors. I'm just going to make it so that I can tell if I feel happy or sad or mad or scared. But right now I feel happy. Okay, so I'm going to draw my face, eyes, nose, a smile, and I'm going to make kind of curly hair. And I'm going to make myself a stick figure. I don't want to spend too much time on the drawing because I want to think about the writing. It's just to help me remember the writing. So, me. See? Just like that. In the beginning, it starts with me. And this was many years ago, so I'm going to add that label. Many years ago, ... Because that's what will start my story. Many years ago. And this could be a memory from yesterday. So you could say yesterday, ... or this morning, ... or last year, ... and then you'll tell the story. It'll start your story for next week. Okay, many years ago. Many years ago, I was a camp counselor and I led families all over the mountains. So I'm going to draw a mountain. And then I'm going to draw some people so I remember, because I am actually talking about one family in particular. And remember, this student, this boy, he was not happy. So what kind of face am I going to give him? A sad face, yeah. He was really not happy that I was going to make him go up this mountain. Okay, so I'm going to draw the boy. I have the mountains, and then I have the boy. Okay, and I don't have a label for the boy. I need a label. Okay, boy. And in fact, the family camp was called Camp Red Cloud. So I'm going to write underneath the mountains, Camp Red Cloud. Red Cloud. Okay, so here's my beginning. Okay? And then now my middle. So this is my story. You're not doing anything yet. All you have is your beginning, your middle, and your end. That's all you're doing. Right now you're just listening to me, okay? Got it? Okay. So now in the middle. Many years ago, I was a family camp counselor at Camp Red Cloud, and I led a boy up many mountains, or up a big mountain. Okay, and actually that mountain was called Sunshine. He wasn't so sunny about it though. And so now Mount Red Cloud, Mount Sunshine, they were on the same ridge. And so I'm going to draw those two mountains. And then I'm going to write Sunshine. I'm adding some details to the story, can you tell? Sunshine and Red Cloud. I bet if you Googled this, you could find those mountains and find exactly where I'm talking about. Sunshine and Red Cloud. And we went all the way up Red Cloud. And some of us went over to Sunshine, but he didn't want to go. He was very happy that he got to Red Cloud. Okay, so now here, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we climbed and climbed and climbed and climbed, and he was so tired. So I'm going to draw the boy, his short hair, and I'm going to give him a speech bubble. And so I'm going to make his body a stick figure. And he had a big backpack on too, so I'm going to make a backpack for him. I'm going to put his label boy. Okay, let me show you what I have so far. Alright, middle. I have Sunshine, Red Cloud, and the boy. And then I'm going to draw myself. And this time I had a ponytail because I put my hair up. And I'm saying, you can do it. You know what? I made a mistake. So now I'm going to show you what I do. See that ball right there? That doesn't look like me. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go X. Just like that. I'm not going to erase. It takes too much time. So I'm going to draw my face again, a little ponytail. And I'm going to say, you can do it. And he was actually taller than me because, well, he's a boy and he was really tall. And I'm not very tall at all, actually. So I'm going to write a speech bubble. You can do it. You know how cartoons have speech bubbles? And that's how you can tell what the character is saying, like in the comics and the newspaper? That's what I'm making, is a speech bubble. It's called dialogue. All third graders should be able to use dialogue in their stories. You can do it! See my bubble? And then what do you think the boy's saying? Oh, I'm so tired. Okay, let me write that one in there. I'm so tired. And put my little bubble around it. All right, I'm so tired. Okay, now let's go for the end. The end, I'm gonna draw a big mountain and him standing on the top saying yippee to help me remember that he was so happy. Yippee! Yippee! Exclamation point, exclamation point. All right. So really our plans for personal narratives are kind of like comics, and that's what makes them really fun. And then you get to use the picture to make your final copy. Oh, and Mount Red Cloud. I almost forgot my label. Oh, geez. Red Cloud. And then he was able to do it. So it's just enough to help me remember what I wrote, what I wanted to write about. I don't want to do a ton of pictures because I want to spend most of my time writing. Okay? Now, actually, this is a really cool part because our beginning is one paragraph, our middle is another paragraph, and our end is another paragraph. So you're actually going to be writing 3 paragraphs. And it'll be easy because you're just going to say what happened in the beginning, and you say it. And whatever you say, you write. And then your middle, you tell me what happened in your middle in the picture, and you write it. And then in your end, you tell me what happened in the end from your picture, and you write it. Whatever you say when you tell your story is what you write. That's what makes it so fun. Okay? So I want you to go ahead and take another look. Okay. And come back to the Class Connect session. And if this makes sense, if you feel like you could probably plan out a story with a beginning, middle, and end, telling me a story about something that made you happy, then give me a smiley face. If you don't understand, don't worry. Give me a frowny face or a thumbs down, and I'm happy to help you, okay? All right, thank you so much. You're so wonderful. I cannot wait to see your plans. Come on back to the Class Connect session and give me one of those happy face, smiley face, frowny face, or a thumbs up or a thumbs down, okay? See you soon.